welcome back to another episode of The Rundown. I'm your host, MaryCatherine, and today we're talking about the holidays and working on the holidays. And here to talk about it with me is my girl, Jessica Kirk,
Hello.
our meteorologist in the mornings. How are you, my dear?
Doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I went to see Les Mis last night at the Altria Theater, and it was life-changing. I'd never seen it before ever, so this was like my first experience. And
Good to know.
we didn't get home until 11:30 because the show was 3 hours long.
Well, that's past my bedtime.
I did cry. I did feel all the feels. It was amazing. But that's not what we're talking about today, sadly. I could talk about it for hours, probably.
Another rundown.
Yeah, we'll do that another time. Today we're talking about working on the holidays because we are just about a week from Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. You and I were both here on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Sometimes it sucks to work on the holidays.
It can. You made it very fun. We called the Butterball hotline this year.
We did call the Butterball hotline. I always wanted
was
to do that.
So fun. That was my first time calling them, so that was a blast.
Yeah. So we called and asked them how to preserve turkey, so that did make it fun that day. Mm-hmm. It is hard, though, sometimes because you want to be with family, obviously.
Yeah.
This was the first Thanksgiving since I'm going on 3 years here, and this is the first Thanksgiving that I've been here.
Really?
Yes, because the first year I requested off early enough in advance that I guess they were able to work it out. Mm-hmm. The second year, same deal. And I was in New York for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So it was amazing. It was like dream come true. And then this year, since I was on a new shift from the year before, I did work overnights. And this year I have been doing the 9 a.m. shows and the noon shows. I didn't know that they weren't existent on Thanksgiving. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll just do my 9 and noon. I'll get off at 12:30 and I'll go have dinner with my family and my husband's family and it'll all be good. And then they were like, oh no, there's no 9 and noon. You have to work the dayside shift that day. And I was like, all right, well, that's my own fault, I guess. You can't get mad at anybody. And Bernie's so good about, I remember talking to him when he first got here and just talking to him about the holidays and stuff because he's been in the business for so long. And he was like, I can't always give people like bonuses and more pay because that's sometimes out of his hands. But he's like, I can give people time with their families. So I know he works really hard to like make sure people get that time with their families if he can swing it. Yeah. Even if it's the day of or even like the day after. Like I had Black Friday off. So I was able to, my husband Alfred and I hosted all of our family at
That's so fun.
Our parents and his younger siblings who live close by at our house for the first time. So that was a really special day.
That's great. Yeah. Matt, Chief Meteorologist Matt DiNardo here, he is also really great. A lot of chief meteorologists sometimes want the holidays off. And so a lot of the other team members kind of pick up the slack and work the holidays. But Matt is awesome. He takes Thanksgiving off. And so I'm actually going to have Christmas off this year, which is the first time I have ever had Christmas off since I came into the business. So that is very exciting for me. So I had to work Thanksgiving, but I have off Christmas. So I am looking forward to that.
So take me back to last Thursday because you worked like a typical night shift for you.
I worked the night shift,
which is like 2:30 to 11:30. So what did you do before you came into work on that Thanksgiving?
Yes, so MaryCatherine and I both just celebrated our first Thanksgivings married.
Yes.
So,
and you guys, hold on, wait. I changed my name on here if you guys want to see to my new last name. I realized I hadn't done that yet. And I was like, oh, Jessica, look.
So excited.
We're excited.
But we knew that I'm probably going to be working Thanksgiving again next year because, again, Matt usually spends that time with his family. Again, totally fine with me because I get Christmas off.
Yeah.
And so we were like, we need to start a little tradition. And we decided we'd go to Cracker Barrel. So we went to Cracker Barrel for lunch. We went up to the one in Short Pump. Shout out to our server. She was amazing.
All the Cracker Barrel servers are so lovely.
They were
every time I've been
phenomenal.
Are just so sweet.
Phenomenal. And so it was very sweet to go get the little Thanksgiving meal from Cracker Barrel. Great value, by the way, if you ever need somewhere to go on Thanksgiving. I thought it was really nice value. I got everything, the turkey, the stuffing, sweet potato casserole, and it came with a slice of pie. So I thought it was phenomenal value. Came with biscuits. I mean, you really did kind of get everything, cornbread casserole. I mean, you really kind of got like everything with it. So we went there, and then he went to my family friend's house in Midlothian for the afternoon to have Thanksgiving with them.
Sweet.
And then I was here, but I was able to run by and say hi to all of them in between the 6 p.m. show and the 11 p.m. show.
Oh,
so
good.
I got to run over and say hi to everybody and get like my 5th plate of food.
Yeah. Well, Bernie, our news director, he ran out and got us all food for the people who were working here. And it was from Cracker Barrel. It was good.
It was so good. I had Cracker Barrel, I don't know how many times that day.
Yeah.
I went back for like seconds and thirds.
Yeah.
And I tried so many of the pies, by the way, that cinnamon roll pie.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so good. And the pecan.
so
I love a pecan pie.
I tried it too. I usually don't eat pecan pie, but it was very good. Everything was so good. The mashed potatoes were also very delicious.
Yes. Yeah.
So yes, very grateful. I was going to actually say that's one of my favorite things about working on the holidays here in the news world. Not every holiday, but a lot of holidays, we either get food provided or even at my prior workplace, and then here sometimes we even do a little potluck or bring in food together. I remember one year I had to work Super Bowl Sunday, and so we all just kind of brought in some snacks and food together, and it is fun to come together like that because then you still kind of get to celebrate the holiday or the event. And so it can also still bring us together that way, even though you're not with your family on the holiday.
Yeah.
Now I'm hungry.
I'm just looking at that food. I know. I'm like, oh, that was so good. I was so tired though after. And I tried not to fill my plate as much as I wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was like, this turkey, these mashed potatoes, these rolls are going to make me so tired. And I was still tired. I had to drink like another cup of coffee after eating this food because I was just like, I got to wake up. I still got a show to do.
Yeah, the rolls were very good.
Yeah, they were really good. For looking forward for Christmas, what are your plans now that you have Christmas off? That's exciting.
I am going to get to see my family in between Christmas and New Year's, so very excited about that. So we may actually be driving somewhere on Christmas Day. That's still kind of up in the air. So I've driven on Christmas Day before. My dad being in the Army, we have traveled a lot of Christmases, so this is going to be a little bit more typical for me. But I'm glad that I'll be able to see them in between Christmas and New Year's because that has not been the norm for me the last few years.
Yeah.
So that is very exciting. But like I said, working the holidays, the downside is you're not with your family, but when you have really great coworkers like you, it makes things easier. A lot of our coworkers are so great. And along with the Cracker Barrel folk who prepared all this food and the food that we went to, I was just going to say that sometimes it is helpful to remember that, like, I try not to pity myself because so many people have to work on the holidays, and I just try to be grateful for all of those people, like our Cracker Barrel server, and also for like nurses and EMTs and like our military personnel who are away overseas. So it's like, sometimes it is hard, but there are a lot more people who have harder jobs than I do. I love my job, and so I'm like, there are a lot of people who have harder jobs than I do that are working. So I try to remember them as well.
Well, and I grew up. My dad owns a grocery store, like a family business. So I grew up, and my dad was working all the time.
Yeah.
We would get to summertime and people would be like, where are you going on vacation? I'd be like, we're not going on vacation. Like, this is my dad's busiest season. Like, he's selling watermelons, he's selling Hanover tomatoes. People want hot dogs, hamburgers. He's a butcher. So he's like doing all this stuff all the time. And of course he always made time to be with his family. Like,
of course.
that was very important to him, especially when we were little. But then growing up, when you start to hit like 16, 17 and you get the job with dad now, and so you're working with dad at the store on the holidays. I remember looking back on it and looking at it so fondly. Like Christmas Eve working with my dad and my sister and my brothers was like such a lovely time because everyone's in the holiday spirit. Everyone's excited. People are coming in to get the things that feel like home and feel like the holidays, and you get to talk to them while they go through the line. And then at the end of the day, you go home and you're still with your dad and you're still with your siblings. And my mom works at the store now too. So before I worked here, I was working for a small paper in the Petersburg area that's since shut down, and I worked part-time also with my dad because I couldn't make a living on the paper. So I got to work with my mom and my dad and my grandfather until he passed away. So to have those moments with them working on holidays, it makes me definitely value it a lot more. And also when I'm here, I'm like, I'm just going to make the best of it because even though I'm not with them at this time, they still call me, they still check in on me. I got to see them the next day. And so you're right. It is the people who do work on the holidays. you get a different value for them when you work too. And you're like, wow, these are just, they're going to go home and they're going to do what they can to make it feel like a holiday too. And that kind of makes it feel like a special time.
Exactly. And we always can try to stack it up on the weekend after, or like you said, a lot of people either take Thanksgiving or the day after off. So you can kind of do swapsies with that. But I also would like to say that it's different depending on if your family's in town, because your family is local. So you still got to have like Thanksgiving with them just like a day late.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that me with my family not being local, I almost feel like I'm more willing to work on the holidays, because if I can't take a whole week to go like travel to see them in Georgia, I'm kind of like, if somebody else has local family, or I'll just take the week after Thanksgiving off, or the week I went home the week before Thanksgiving,
right,
a few days before. And so we kind of like celebrated the holidays as a whole then. So you kind of just have to just work with what you have. And a lot of times it is easier to take off when it's not the holidays, and you're more likely to get the time off approved. So it's like less stressful all around.
Definitely.
So it's just kind of like, giving everybody a chance to see their family, whether it's before or the day after, all of the above.
Yeah. It's so funny to talk to my husband about this too, because he's only ever worked in like very corporate jobs that take off on holidays, like not jobs that are like necessary, like news, like people need to know what's going on in the world. And so whenever he's like, oh man, I'm so excited for my Christmas week off, and I was like,
Christmas week?
Your Christmas week off? Like what? Like, we're fortunate here that they do cancel all the shows on Christmas.
Yes.
So everyone gets Christmas Day off.
And don't worry, a meteorologist is still here in case the weather's bad. Everybody okay?
Mm-hmm. Yes, the meteorologists are ready in case we get that blizzard.
Of course.
But there's also, we're always given that day off, so that's nice. Then you have to kind of, when you're scheduling that time, decide, okay, what is my family doing? What are my friends doing? What do I want to do? How can I capitalize on the time that I do have off to ask off? So I asked off Christmas Eve this year.
Very nice.
Because last year I was still working overnight, and I got off on Christmas Eve and I slept for like 6 hours. And then I woke up and I did some Christmas activities with my family that we always do. My oldest brother's family has a huge party at his grandfather's house. Yeah. And we went there, and Alfred, I just remember, had like the best time. I think it was his first time there. And he was like, we gotta do that again next year. So I was like, cool, marking that away in my brain so that way I can ask off for Christmas Eve. So I have Christmas Eve off this year. I didn't ask for the day off after, so the 26th. So on Christmas this year, I actually have to come in at 10 p.m.
Okay.
Which I'm a little bummed about.
Hey, you get the whole day though.
I get the whole day after.
You'll be sleep deprived, but
I will be tired.
You gotta make it work.
I'm just gonna come in sleep deprived.
I
might do an all-nighter situation.
I was going off that. You can like either do mornings or evenings. Sometimes in news, if you're not working dayside, like for me as a meteorologist, I'm either here early in the morning, and then I leave at 11 and still have the rest of my day, or you don't come in until 2 or 3, and so you still have the morning. So you can kind of mix and match and either do Christmas celebration in the morning or Christmas celebration in the afternoon with your family. And for New Year's, I used to always ask for New Year's Eve off so that I could stay up and enjoy New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And if I worked night side the next day, you don't have to go until 2, so you still get to sleep. On the flip side, if you work morning, I would just pull an all-nighter. I would stay up until 12:30 or 1 a.m. and then get ready for work and go in at like, 2 or 3 a.m. So it's like you kind of just mix and match whatever times you're given and make the best of it. So and that's what you said, having Christmas Eve off is nice. Having New Year's Eve off, in my opinion, is better than having New Year's Day off.
Yeah.
So.
I think I have New Year's Day off.
I'm also off New Year's.
Yeah.
I'm off the whole week between Christmas and New Year's. So
wow, nice.
I'll be disappearing, but
nice.
I'll be back strong in January.
That was another thing that Alfred said. He was like, I want to have our first like New Year's Eve celebration together.
Agreed.
And I was like, okay, I can maybe I can swing that. And they gave that to me this year too.
Yes.
So.
And again, New Year's Eve is not, for those who don't know, like an actual like federal holiday. A lot of businesses do, from what I've seen, like let people off early. Like I know like Chick-fil-A like lets people off at 6 or 8 or something instead
former
of the
Chick-fil-A
normal.
worker speaking here.
I am a former and so I know that like people will let their employees off early. But in news, like you still have an 11 p.m. newscast on New Year's Eve, which is why I prefer not to work on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Yeah. This year, since it is both of our like first Christmases as wives, are you guys looking to like start a new tradition that like becomes your family tradition, or are you kind of filling in with what your family normally does or what his family normally does? What are you guys doing?
It's definitely different because his family in South Texas, they do a huge New Year's Eve party.
Okay.
Mexican Americans usually celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
So they stay up until midnight and then open all the presents
Aw,
at midnight.
that's so fun.
So I used to participate in that. I was able to go all 3 years that I lived in South Texas because of my schedule. Either I would stay up all night and then go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
Or I would be able to stay up and then just go to work at 2 the next day. So I actually got to go to all of the parties that they had. And so they kind of like Christmas Day was a lot more chill for them. So we are missing out on the big Christmas party this year with his family, of course. But we did decorate for Christmas already, and we did set a rule. We are not going to watch The Elf or the Jim Carrey, The Grinch, or Home Alone without each other. So we're definitely going to be watching the Christmas movies together. That's
Those are
kind
three
of our like
good ones.
Those are the best.
I love
in
those.
my opinion, like top 3.
Yeah,
So
yeah, absolutely.
We're definitely going to make sure we watch those movies together. That's going to be our idea for the year. Do you guys have any plans?
We've like kind of talked about it. I would love to be able to like on Christmas morning just exchange gifts together, just like the two of us, because I think that would be really special. And I think like give my parents time with their grandkids to go watch them open gifts, give his parents time with his siblings to watch them open gifts and have that time, so we can have that time in the morning, and then in the afternoon we can go see everybody else and do all the fun things. We always joke that like his family is a little more laid back when it comes to like the plans, whereas my family has had these plans like in advance. Like my family plans like years in advance.
We're the same way. My family has plans for next year, and my husband's family doesn't know what they're doing tomorrow.
My dad, Alfred will never let me live this down. My dad, 2 Thanksgivings ago, looked at everybody and was like, so next year we're going to New York. And Alfred was like, did we just make a plan? Like, is that happening? And I was like, oh, it's happening. Like, he means business. Like, listen to this man right now. And he was like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing. And he will never let that live down. So he's always like, all right, what's the Christmas plan? Like, I know it's already in the works. And we always joke that his family is just kind of like, just come over and eat whenever.
They're easy to please. I'll say that. His family is
very
ready to do anything, anytime.
Yeah. So we still have to kind of work out how we're going to fit in everybody.
Yeah.
But since I have Christmas Eve off, I think it'll be easy to kind of make sure we see his family and my family. We just haven't like nailed in the details.
I'm sure it's almost harder when both of your families are local, because for us, you know, we're kind of like, hey, we're not going to be home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. You can come here, but we won't be there.
Yeah. Well, and his family is moving soon to Ghana. So this is kind of our last
you definitely want to spend time with them.
Yeah. So they were originally set to move at the end of October.
Right.
But that got pushed back. And so now they're not leaving until I think maybe January, February.
Now you at least have the holidays together. That's like kind of a blessing in disguise.
It was kind of like oh no, they're not leaving. Like, I hope everything's going to work out. And now it's kind of like, oh, they're not leaving. Happy they're here.
Christmas party.
Christmas time. Yeah. So, because he has 3 brothers under the age of 15. So they're all still very much excited about the holidays and opening the gifts and doing all the fun stuff like that. So I'm excited to have this kind of, not last Christmas, I don't want to be dramatic, but I don't know how much they're going to be traveling once they move. And I don't know how much we can swing on a trip to Ghana. So
yeah, no kidding.
So yeah, I'm excited about it. It's going to be fun. And I'm just going to be really tired when I come in Christmas night. So if you watch the 5 a.m. on December 26th and it's a crazy mess, just know it's me being very tired.
I also want to give a shout out because even though we don't have food on Christmas Day here, we actually have a Christmas party today.
That's why we're all decked out.
Yes, for the team. I know. People keep telling me I look like a
You
candy
look like
cane
a
or
present.
peppermint or something.
I think you look like gift wrap. Like I just put a bow on your head and put you under the tree.
So yeah, I did want to say that a lot of times, sometimes we don't actually get like a full meal on Christmas, but we have like a whole meal going on out there this
so
afternoon.
excited.
So yes, I'm very excited for the food. I'm going to go home, but then I'll come back.
You're gonna come back?
I am going to come back. So I'll be
I'm
back
excited.
in a couple of hours
If
to
Matt
get the food.
comes, he will definitely do karaoke also.
Oh, I think he's going to be in. So I'm excited to see that.
And
Matt,
he will be very loud
looking forward
with the
to it.
karaoke. So
I'll try to get a video for everybody.
yes, please, absolutely. All right. Well, I think that's all I've got for you. Excited. I'm in the Christmas spirit like crazy.
Too. I've been listening to music. I have the vibes on you guys should see the weather office.
Oh,
I got the
it's
vibes.
so
I got the
cozy.
vibes going.
She's got the lights dimmed. She's got the fireplace on the TV with the Christmas tree.
Jazz in the
yes,
back.
it's so nice.
I've got it going. That's what I listen to while I'm forecasting in the morning. So I'm ready to go.
I do. I play this game called Animal Crossing. Do you know Animal
yes, of
Crossing?
course.
Okay. I put Animal Crossing lo-fi Christmas
Yes.
on my TV
Yes.
at home.
Yes.
And I take out a little book and I get under a heated blanket and it's the best. That is what I've been doing to really just feel like in the Christmas mood.
Yes.
So
It's that time of year.
it is that time of year. All right. Well, we will see you guys next time. Bye.